What's up, traders? I hope you had a great trading day. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is AJ on Day Trader Boomer Bust. I didn't post a recap yesterday because I simply didn't have the time. I apologize for that. And although it may happen again in the future as I work at getting used to my video posting schedule, I promise that I'm doing everything I can to be consistent with delivering content. I'll let you know. Sorry, what I will tell you is that I finished the day flat yesterday, which was literally $1 green. Truth be told, I overtraded once again and was pretty red after commissions. And I've realized that the last few trading days following my big loss Hulk day, I've been, which I'll link up in the top right corner to that video in case you want to see that. I've been affected by all the craziness in the market right now, like the huge moves being driven by Wall Street bets on GME, BB, AMC, etc. And, I feel as though I've been chasing profits because I feel FOMO watching others make a killing and still trying to make up for my big loss day. There's really so many things wrong with that realization. First, I needed to leave I needed to leave that Hulk day where it was in the past. The best way to deal with days like that is to wipe the slate clean and just get back to sound, profitable trading. Not doing this and taking trades to make up for days after is really a recipe for long-term disaster. As for FOMO, whether it's missing moves or comparing yourself to other people's P&Ls, I found it's important to realize there are winners and losers every day in the market, and there are opportunities all the time. It's key to just focus on yourself, your game plan, your strategy, and your situation, because the only thing we ever have 100% control over is ourselves and how we respond and perform in the market and our trading. The last few days, even though I've been green or flat, the commissions from all the over trading has been killing me. So today I put a big focus on getting back to basics and taking a small number of trades on quality setups and letting the P&L fall wherever it does. But what I mean by that is to trade well and not trade to make money. If you trade well, profitability will be a byproduct. A big reason for my poor performance the last few days has been because I've been falling back into the trap of trying to make money. I fell victim to this, to my own success story and consistency the last few weeks. I got overconfident, and in my opinion, I allowed myself to start trying to make money instead of remembering what got me to this point, which was to just trade well by following my rules. As I think I've said before, trading rules keep someone profitable at their current performance and skill level. As one skills improve, the rules can and should be adjusted. I aim to get to that point to be able to get to a point where I'm able to have an undefined number of trades per day because I take profitable winning trades the lion's share of the time. That's just, I mean, it's just simply not the case right now, and I'm prone to taking marginal and poor setups when I overtrade. Falling off this wagon seems to be a challenge of my journey, but I'm determined to keep lessening the amount of times this happens and ultimately just, eliminate undisciplined days altogether. So let's talk about today, the here and the now. This was my watch list for today. I hope you're able to see the highlighted mouse. I hope that helps as I'm going through the recap. On my primary watch list, I had AMC and Plug as continuations. They were huge movers the last couple days. And then BA Boeing had earnings this morning. So I was going to watch that for any opportunities. And then on my secondary watch list, I had Workhorse, WKHS, PLTR, GME, and EXPR, all of them as potential continuation plays. To be honest, as I've said, I think in the past couple videos, there really are a large number of potential stocks in play. So it's just a matter of selecting ones you feel comfortable with. Maybe you're more comfortable with the catalyst for that particular ticker, or or you're just familiar with that stock, which actually I'm going to talk a little bit about today with what I traded. So that's the watch list. Let's move that over. I traded two tickers today. I ended up trading Workhorse, WKHS, and Plug. These are two stocks I'm familiar with and have more confidence in reading the price action, as I just alluded to from what I said in the watch list. That's always helpful in crazy, high volatility and unpredictable markets like we seem to be in right now, because a lot of the stocks tend to have, a personality, particularly when they're in play. So, some tend to trend better, others are more jumpy and wicky, and others, tend to trade in ranges. So, being able to know that will help you better read the price action. All right, trades I did today. Here we are. Hopefully, also, I've gone with the one big chart here. Go ahead and let me know if that's better than the setup I had before, because I can always go back to that setup. This is the 1 minute, and let's go back to the market open here. So I traded this right at the open. Let's zoom in here. All right. So this was an ORB for me, 1 minute opening range. Although, as you can see, I wanted to be careful today. Like I said, I didn't want to take too many trades today, and maybe I was a little cautious at the beginning. I didn't trade in the first minute here, and it turned out to be good because I probably would have got a little chopped because the second candle moved right back. Oh, sorry. Hold on. My mouse just kind of stopped working. Maybe the battery died here. Sorry. Let me just plug it in. 1 sec. That hasn't happened in a while. Okay, there it is. Sorry. So yeah, you can see this green candle over here. And what I did was it pulled back a little bit, and I played it actually out. So this line here is the opening price, and I played it actually off the top of the first 1 minute candle, like I would in any 1 minute ORB. So I managed to get a fill a little bit higher than I wanted, but I got in there, and I was watching it to potentially come back. If I was a little bit more conservative, I might have waited for it to go above this line here. This level is actually previous day close. But nonetheless, I got in here and I was watching it for the breakout of this. And it did. I managed to get a partial here. As you can see, I managed to take partials all the way up here and got all out at the top here, where it seemed to be, it formed this upside down hammer. And I thought, it might have a pullback here. Now, I'm going to talk about the overall move here on Workhorse. But after that trade, this was a solid 2R, maybe a little bit more than a 2R trade to start the day off. So I felt pretty good. And then I took a look at Plug. And what happened here was, as you can see, let me pull out the Epic pen here. So this was chopping out. And let me get, I want to show you, I was looking at the 5 minute chart to start. Oh, hold on a second. Okay. So, zoom in here. All right. So this was a 5 minute chart. And over here, you can see the first two candles, which I'll circle here. The first two candles here were basically doji candles, which told me that there was a strong battle between bears and bulls uh, at this level, as you can see by the VPOC level here, and it really didn't know which way it wanted to go. So I was watching it to break one way or the other. Now I was watching the level two, and when I saw, I felt it got a little heavy here. And again, and you hear me say this because it's probably something I've got to work on a little bit in terms of trying not too much to anticipate moves and more just join moves. But nonetheless, this level here, which was the bottom of these couple wicks over here, I went short. I managed to get a decent partial, just a little bit more than 1 hour over here. And unfortunately, this $63 level proved to be a very, very strong level. There's actually a huge bid at that level, and I wasn't sure what it was going to do there. I thought that it absorbed the bid, and I thought it actually could really waterfall down. Unfortunately, it came back up on me, and when it, and I was okay with that. That's fine. It's a trade that went against me. The next bit though was a little bit disappointing. So some people in our chat room in the community I'm part of, and as I've heard, actually, I think I heard some of this yesterday also, that some people had issues with DOS. I didn't really until this point. I got in long here because I thought, you know what, it looked, the level two looked like it was starting to stack up and it looked strong. And so I got long. Again, I think I was a little impatient, a little early here, and I probably should have waited for the break of the 64.10, 64, or even if I wanted more conservative, maybe wait for the break of this, initial 5 minute candle. But I didn't, and unfortunately, I got stopped out for a full 1 hour. Now I didn't expect that. I actually was going to take this off around here, but I had a DOS delay for some reason, and then I got a little flustered, ended up taking another trade here, actually short now, because, and obviously, I think I've talked about this in the past. When I start to start jumping back and forth, um, it's gotten me in trouble in the past, especially on plug. So you know what I did? I actually looked away from this, which is unfortunate because, as you can see, it just ran all the way up. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a big amount of FOMO for this. I really felt the emotions start to come in on just missing out on this, and I was it definitely got to me. I was a little bit upset with that, but I calmed myself down and I said, okay, you know what, I'm not going to chase it. Let's look elsewhere. There was a lot of stocks that were moving. So um, I actually went back to Workhorse, and this I want to talk about a bit. You can see that Workhorse made a big move up. I thought that it might have a bit of a pullback here as it started to wake up on this candle. So I got in short, but I immediately sold it at break even because it didn't turn around right away, and I was I was concerned about that because it had been so strong at the open. And then after that, as you can see here, I did go short when it started to come back, and I managed to get a few quick partials. This was just a quick scalp trade, as I didn't expect a reversal at this point. I just wanted to play the pullback. and I was all out. This ended up being a little more than a 1.5 hour trade, and then let's zoom out here. Oh, let me just get rid of that. And I ended up taking one more. Um, one more trade. Sorry, you know what? I think I missed that. You know what? I'm looking at the 5 minute chart here. That's what kind of messed me up. Let's go to the 1 minute. It's a little bit more detailed. Apologies for that. What I just detailed for you is actually my last two trades of the day. Here were the two other trades I took on Workhorse. This was it. This was the opening trade. It started to go, move up, as you can see, and then it threw this doji and then another doji, and this is where I felt, it was kind of this first these dojis were on decreasing volume, and then I thought, you know what, it might have a pullback, and it did. So I actually played after this doji here. I went short for this quick scalp. I got I was down to maybe I had maybe a third left of my position after this partial here, and when I saw that it failed to break below this VPOC level, I got all out here, and that I booked just a little bit better than a 1.5R return on that trade. So that was that one, and then there was oops, sorry. Then there was these last two trades here at the top. This was at around 1040. I took these trades. I got the one where I did a quick stop out there. And again, I played this for the pullback after a couple of these, this doji and, these dojis on, relatively decent volume. I did get in short here. Excuse me. Came up a little bit, held, and then, dropped. I got these partials here, and this ended up, this first trade over here was a small loss, a few bucks. And then this ended up being, let me just double check here. That last trade was again another 1.5R scalp trade. So, and that was it. Now, what I did want to talk about this, as I was mentioning earlier, was the fact that you can see, and this is where I've just got to mature and I've just got to become a better trader. Although I managed to catch those scalps, that's really not where I'm most comfortable. I like, and I would like to become a much better trend trader. And now I have no problems with this initial trade here and getting all out. I don't think I'm the kind of person, and who knows, maybe in the future I will, where I'll get in here and be able to get all the way, stay in the same trade and get out here. I don't know. I think I would prefer to have this, get the maximize that move, and then play, a continuation here. Get in at the bottom here, play this continuation, get all out over here, and then play the, on the pullback, instead of playing the scalp, once again, play the move up and play this move up. If I had just focused more on this particular stock, as you can see, the potential and what I should have ended off for the day would have been huge. But, it is what it is, and this is the benefit of looking back on your trades and seeing where you can improve. With that all said, let me just pulling up some information here. Yeah, so with that all said, I finished the day up 3.5R, and I took a total of 7 trades. So the other thing I thought, you know what, some people may be interested in this, and I have no problem sharing it. This is my P&L. I'll explain a couple of things here. My current R value, which is risk reward ratio, I'll explain that in the future. But, anyways, I am in the camp that measures my trades and takes trades based on an R value. So, meaning that the R value, my current R value is $25. And that means on any one given trade, when I say that was a max loss trade, that was a 1R loss on that one trade. It's very important to be able to manage your risk. So on any given trade, I'm only ever risking $25 potential loss on that trade. And I have short keyboard shortcuts that allow DAS to calculate that on the fly. I just double click where I want my stop loss to be, and then I click the buy, and it will automatically calculate how many shares that is. So, my current risk value is $25. My first several months of trading, I was actually trading at $100 R, risk, which made my losses even that more substantial. As I've talked about in the past, my first 6 months of trading were all red months, and having trading that much R value and that much risk just exponentially increased my losses. So I dialed it back, and I dialed it back obviously significantly to only $25 US per trade that I would risk as an R value. And as I've talked about in previous videos, my daily max loss should be only 3R. And and the benefit to me for doing calculating in R's is that when I'm comfortable, which I'll talk about in a second, I can scale up and not have to change any of my trading patterns. I just scale up the amount of R, and so when I say 3R at $25, that's $75 profit for the day. If I was 100R, then that would be $300 profit for the day. If I was 1,000R, then that would be $3,000 profit for the day. So that's just how I calculate all my metrics. So my performance goal is to earn on average of 1% of my total equity per day, and well, I'm working towards that, but for now, with this R value, it's significantly less than where I could be at with my account. But I will scale up only when I am consistently my performance is consistently at 2R average every single day. So, anyways, that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards. And I will be as transparent as I can and share with you. So, as you can see, these were the tickers I trade for the day. My total P&L for the day is $86. So that's with $25 R. That's just over, like I said, 3.25 R for the day, and it was a successful day. Only took 7 trades, kept the commissions to a minimum, and it's time to get back on track and be more consistent. So that's it. That's all. Thanks again for hanging out with me. Hit the comments below with what your thoughts on everything I've talked about today, everything I've shared, and I hope to hear from you. Otherwise, as always, like, subscribe, click the bell to be notified of all my new vids. Let's level up our trading game together. Plan your trades, trade your plan. Have an awesome evening. I'm AJ on Day Trader, Boom or Bust. Catch you on my next recap.